Shalom, giving all praises to Yahbasham, Yahushai, Basham, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the 144,000. Excuse me. And the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. And I'm going to entitle this video, Why Does the Leader of IUIC Keep Changing the Doctrine? Why does the leader of the IUIC keep changing the doctrine? And this is from the comment board. But anyway, let me do this first. Now, I did a video entitled "The Lord is going to Take These Christians Out." So this, as soon as I got up, this is my first comment. Put up an hour ago. So it's 6:30 a.m. So we're talking about 5:30 a.m. It says, "So cowardly." Jeremy Thomas. This is why you don't deal with these Christians. Don't even engage with them. They're like, it's like talking to somebody that escaped from the crazy house with a straitjacket on. It's going nowhere. So cowardly. Abraham was told in Genesis 15 his descendants would be strangers in a land prophesied fulfilled in Exodus 12. In the car, stranger. This is supposed to be H5236. I got to look that up, but I believe that's the concordance number. Verse 43. Gar, stranger. 1616. I guess it's H. It was H 1616. I got to double check it. Verse 48. When you go to the King James, you're going to see the word in the 43rd verse, Exodus 12. You're going to see this word stranger. 48th verse, you're going to see the word stranger again. And I believe stranger is mentioned in the Exodus 12 another 2 times. But these are the main 2 that I want. In 43rd verse, it says, I'm not going to go to it. Somebody can put it in the chat. That the strangers are not allowed to eat the Passover. Now, in the 48th verse, it says the strangers, and I'm just paraphrasing, I'm cutting it short. It says in the 48th verse that the strangers can eat the Passover, but they got to get circumcised first. 43rd verse, they can't eat the Passover, period, if they're... So wait a minute. Now, it's obvious it doesn't mean the same thing. Okay, what this individual did was he put no, he got it right. Nakar, stranger, meaning of another nation outside of Israel. Gar means an Israelite born outside of the land. Moses' son, I believe it was his first son, positive it was his first son, was born. He was not born in the promised land. He was born in Egypt, in that area. Remember, he escaped Egypt, but he was in that region of land. So he was not in the promised land wasn't realized yet. But he called his son stranger because he was born in a strange land. Because the Most High showed him that ultimately they're going to get their own land. So when Israel got their own land, there were Israelites that left the land and they were called strangers, meaning they were it says not born in the land in the 48th verse. It says a temporary inhabitant, a newcomer lacking inherited rights. That's talking about, what does the word inheritance mean? It's talking about land. when a tribe wanted to come back in, they were born, let's say in Egypt or whatever, during the time of King David. They wanted to come back because they said, "Oh, this is the greatest King David, King Solomon. I got to come back to the land." You know, Israel's popping right now, and so they'll go to the judges, and they'll say, "Well, what tribe are you from?" "I'm from the tribe of Gad." So they would take a plot of land in the tribe of Gad, not the tribe of Judah or the land of Judah or Benjamin or Levi or Asher, but Gad, based upon his lineage. And they would say, "Okay, this is your plot of land." Land goes back to inheritance. A newcomer lacking inherited rights. They don't have the rights until the judges give them the rights. That's a Gentile. Show you that. I'm not going to argue with this guy. It's waste. I'm like bashing my head against the wall. The Most High didn't open up your eyes. That's all there is. If you're watching, Jeremy Thomas talking about Israelites born outside the land. This is not. It's not. This is not hard to understand. If you Yahushua told Nicodemus. Yahushua was saying simple things, and it was going over this guy's head. And this guy, Nicodemus, was supposed to be a lawyer, a doctor of the law, so you can understand. And the Lord said, "You mean to tell me you can't get this?" Basically, I'm bringing it down to you in the lowest common denominator. You can't get it, man? And you a doctor? Whatever he said, John chapter 3. So he says, "It's sad that you are blinded by your ignorance." I can see super clear. You're the one that's blinded. Anyway, this is why I don't even deal with Christians. If a Christian roll up, I'm gonna hit him with actually two. As it says, what does it say? The exact words after the first and second admonition, reject. Somebody put that in the chat. Let me just see what this says. Okay, I believe somebody put it in. I was speaking on it in the video about Joshua had to, put an order and make them circumcise their children. That's Judges chapter 5. You can read that. You can start from the first verse to around the 8th verse or so. Okay, so this is Danny Polium, whatever. This is worse than a presidential debate. All praises. Okay, so he's one of us. Right, this is worse than the presidential debate was a joke. And they muted the mics and no audience. And they showed you in the debate with Kamala and Trump. Trump's not a good debater. He's a good overtalker. He'll overtalk you and yell. So he's not a good debater at all. And if anybody won, it would be Kamala, and she's not a good debater. They call her Miss Word Salad. They'll ask a direct question. She'll say something. She'll go into this word salad thing. Like let's stay on this for a minute. This one guy appears to be an Edomite. Asked her a question about the inflationary rate. How do you propose to bring it down? Now, what you say is, I would raise taxes, or I would raise interest rates, or I would, do this, that, or the third. And she goes, "I was born, my mother, and we were middle class, and she, got up enough money to buy a house, and we moved to Canada, and we came back." And what does that have to do with the question? What does that have to do with the question? She was asked by Donna Bash of the CNN about the statement that Trump made concerning her calling herself black now, but she was Indian when she became Senate. And then what did she say? Exactly how she said it was, I forget how she exactly said it. Somebody can put it in the chat. Like I said, that's why we got the chat. They helped me out. She said, it's the same rhetoric or whatever she said. Next question. You do not answer questions. If she becomes the president, watch how what's the word? The opposite of transparent. I'm more of a transparent. As soon as she become president, you won't see her too much. She gonna make up when they do press conferences, news conferences with the president. She's gonna be ducking questions. You know, hey, if she becomes a president, there will be a civil war, Republicans against Democrats, and Republicans are gonna be looking to kill Democrats because they have more guns than you. You Homo sapiens and your guns. Inside joke. Just because this Christian is yelling does not make him right. That's why you don't deal with Christians. That's why you don't deal with Christians. Like I said, are you going to deal with a guy that escaped from the crazy house and engage in a intelligent conversation with a guy? He got the straitjacket on. It's on the news. There's a crazy guy escaped from the crazy house with a straitjacket on, and you're going to sit down and invite him to your house and have a conversation with him? Christians equal crazy. That's a topic. Christians equal crazy. Anyway. Yeah, because I was watching I couldn't watch no more. The debate with whatever the Christian guy's name is, the mad Christian and against Hakar. And I said, I don't know how Hakar gets that patient because I couldn't deal with that. This is why we don't debate. Okay, so now let me go from here to, okay. Now there's the main comment. Okay, so I was watching this yesterday, last night. We're in the Sabbath, by the way. And it's the full moon. The new moon was when the moon was dark. Another thing that this guy changed in October, November of 2016. And we jumped on him. But we're the only camp that jumped on him about teaching about the new moon. No other camp that I know of jumped on him about that. But all the other camps do teach the new moon is a dark moon. You got to defend the gospel. And we here at GMS, we are known for defending the gospel. That's why we always have these back and forth with these people. So, okay, I'm going to go right to I'm sorry. Apostle Ramallah had called me concerning something. And we spoke briefly. Then I was telling him I'm watching this video. And I went to the comment. And I believe I even read the comment to him. And then I said, I'm not at my house. I'm not going to do a video now. I said, you can jump on and do a video. I don't know if he did a video about it. Maybe he wanted to let me do it. I said, no, you go ahead and do it. I'll back you up. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let me open this up. So this comment right here jumped at me. AMAC 5. So whoever you are, shalom to you. It says, I found this knowledge at the end of 2016. This is right. Well, no, I'm sorry. This was right around the time of the end of. That could be October, November, December. He found the knowledge at the end of 2016. This is when this Nate started teaching the new moon is the full moon, which we jumped on and started watching IUIC at the beginning. I said, let me watch more of this. At the beginning of 2017. I watched IUIC exclusively because the buck got him. This individual right here He's watching IUCPK, GMS, this group, that group. Was Sakari was around at that time. Then he said, "This is the group that I got to get with, the IUIC." This is as you can read it. I started watching IUIC exclusively for about a year. So now we're talking 2018, and realized, your eyes were finally open, a few things. Now we've been saying this recently, that they changing stuff. We'll quote the scripture, meddle not with them that are given to change, and we'll show you how they change stuff. They recently changed, maybe 4 years ago, but I caught wind to it about 9 months ago, 10 months ago, that there's an actual hell and that Israelites are going to burn in hell. No other camp teaches that except GOCC, and GOCC are complete bug outs. Okay, it says a year, and realize a few things. This is a big shift within their doctrine, a big shift, change. I've noticed small changes within their doctrine. Now this happened with Tazadaki, the so-called God-sent comforter. You watching them, you notice how they changed this. Mary never had sex with Joseph. Mary never had children at all. Yahushai's brothers and sisters were really his cousins. He's an ever virgin. I said, wait a minute, that's a Roman Catholic doctrine. Tazadaki started dressing like the Black Pope. So we said this guy is sold out. Over the past 23 years, and then if you notice, the ICGJC became super professional. They had the garments, they wore all the same garments, and they had the music and the professional videos, and they would do meetings. They would rent a big auditorium, and then they would have the comforter in the back, and everything was professional. So I said, well, that's a PR firm behind them guys. Same thing happened with the IUIC. All of a sudden, they look, professional. So they're being helped. So this is not surprising. Let me read this again. I've noticed small changes within their doctrine over the past 2-3 years. So we're talking about 18, 19, 20, right? So this is not surprising, not to question. He puts in the tetragrammaton. Because they changed that. But they changed that about 2010, 2011. Because prior to that, you had got individuals like Kanai Gabar and Abia Allah, which is now he's Abiel. You had Yawasap, and you had Shakya, which he finally left. They would teach IUIC this, IUIC that. They would teach, and they would always say Yahweh, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. And it was Bishop Nate that went to this rock. They were out there in the woods, and he found the name Yahweh, but it was written wrong. It wasn't written. It was written kind of backwards, And he said, "Oh my goodness, that's the name of Yahweh." You make a mockery of the name of Yahweh, blaspheming the name of Yahweh. He said, "Does that mean we got to follow these bums now?" And the guy that was next to him, he fell off. Looked like an Ephraimite. He fell off. You no longer see that guy. A lot of them guys fell off. Like I said, IUIC has a lot of people, but it's a revolving door. I did videos on that. Go to the IUIC Brooklyn. Look at the faces of the men in IUIC Brooklyn. Then go back 10, 12 years ago. Total different group of faces. Guys, 10, 12 years ago, now they were rolling kind of deep. They had about maybe 10 guys out there in Brooklyn. Yawasop used to be out there. Nate used to be out there. And you look at the faces. I don't even see them faces no more. Maybe there's one. No, I don't even think that's the case. Go to the Bronx camp. You see go back 10, 12, 13 years ago. None of those faces are there. It says why these elders are changing, meddle not with them that are given to change, the doctrine to we in the new covenant as of late. Something is truly off about this. So now, when this individual said he obviously watched IUIC, GMS, Sakari, this group, that group, Zabak, whatever, AOC, whatever the groups are. And then you got these other groups. And he said he'd been watching since the end of 16, but he was hooked for about a year. He's at his 7th year. He said, "No, something ain't kosher about this," you know. So anyway, let me come up here. Thank you for exposing the folly, my brother, Deacon Genesis. It says, that's right. This is why fellows get their doctrines cut up. So this video was put up by Hakar, Deacon Hakar. This is newest video, newest short. So wait, the two groups that hate each other teach the same doctrine. Oh, by the way, so you can know, a shout out to Captain Cesariak. Shalom to you. He had sent me on my page. He said he wanted to get with me. It doesn't have to be public. And I replied back. I said, yeah, we can get together soon. No big deal. It says, so where is their brotherhood? Those two groups make no sense. Stupidity is crazy. Laugh out loud. Let me do this. He said stupidity, but he said we're under the new covenant. Yeah, because he said anybody's teaching contrary, because he's saying that we're under the new covenant. So he said anybody's teaching, don't follow these stupid people that teach. He was obvious watching us. GMS is stupid. And I guess he's watching Deacon Hakar, whatever, with the debate. Hassad, actually. Okay, it says Hebrews 8:13, and that he saith a new covenant he have made the old first old, now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. So we're still, people that say we're still in the old covenant, it says waxing old covenant and ready to vanish away. So did it vanish away? It's going to completely vanish away because the new covenant is going to come in. People don't even know what the new covenant is. You got clown-ass Christians saying the new covenant means we don't got to keep the laws. So you can be in the kingdom of heaven, you can be a man dressed up like a woman. You can change your plumbing. That's why you don't deal with these clown-ass, bugged-out, crazy. Christianity equals crazy. Bishop Nathaniel was saying that the new moon, that the new covenant is partially in effect. He did not say that. I listened to this right here. He did this Saturday. We listened to it. He was speaking about another subject and he went into the new covenant and we knew, oh, he was watching us. He had to be watching us. He did not make this statement. Bishop Nathaniel is saying that the new covenant is partially in effect. He did not say that. He said we're in the new covenant. And I'm going to let this play to see if he caught that part. He did not say we're part. This is what we say. We are partially in the new covenant. When Yahushua came on the scene, died, and rose. That's a part of that covenant that was fulfilled. Ultimately, the covenant is going to be fulfilled when Israel keeps the laws perfectly. When you understand this, now that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away. Waxes, decayeth, ready to vanish away equals all this says that something has started but not complete. And I agree with that. What this guy said, he said the right thing. But he's saying that Nate said that. Nate did not say that. Nate did not say. He said we are in the new. I heard it. I heard it. My witnesses was Apostle Gabar and Bishop Sakaran. Okay, so let me see something. Okay, so this was Tony Harrod, whatever. And this is to IUIC St. Lucia. Oh boy, you got a St. Lucia guy. Shalom, brother. Why are you going to every one comment repeating the same thing? I know my place. Just asking. Yeah, he was a spy. He was sent out. Okay, St. Lucia, IUIC St. Lucia, because of them who have commented and not understood, this is just being my brother's keeper. Well, you don't have the truth, man. Okay, Dewada, for answering my question. I just, since you're starting the same thing, you could have just posted in the individual comment box. Everywhere can see, everyone can see it. Genesis just became home of the truth. But what about GMS? We teach the same thing. We under the new covenant, but still went into captivity. A good point. Everlasting covenant means there's only one covenant. Better to say the refreshing of the covenant. Good point. Good point. Because the covenant is an agreement. If we keep the laws, the Most High is going to bless us. We break the laws, the Most High is going to curse us. Going to have the same laws, minus sacrifice for sin. Because we're still going to have sacrifice, meaning that there's a certain, when you kill the Passover lamb, that is a sacrifice because you're giving it unto the Lord. But we're not going to have sacrifice for sin. I believe that's in Ezekiel chapter 20, if I remember. Another good point. How we in the new covenant, but we in captivity. Good point. I don't got to read the rest of that. He said something good. This is the actual comment that I started with. So it took him a year to realize, wait a minute, man, something just ain't right. Just ain't right. When you go to any of them classes, IUIC, that should be playing the music, the song that should be playing in your head is something. Let me see what this guy says. See, we're analyzing now. See, and that's catching on. I started saying that we're analyzing things now. We gave you all the breakdowns. We gave you all the scriptures. People ask, could you break this down for me? And it's probably in one of our, we did a video, or we did countless videos on the subject that you asking for. That's why you got to go to the search engine of the various different pages. Okay, Jeremiah 31:32. We are in the new covenant. Explain this. And they shall teach no more, every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the law, for they shall all know the law from the least to the greatest. Least to the greatest, say of the Lord, forgive them for their iniquity, and I will remember their sins no more. So if the new covenant was in place when Yahushua died on the cross, was the Apostle Paul in the new covenant? No, because he sinned. Read Romans chapter 7. Another good point. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. where thou hast scattered us for a reproach. Reproach means to turn your back, basically. In disrespect, turn, I don't want to see you, and a curse, and to be subject to payments. Right. So we're in a new covenant, right? We're in a new covenant. Oh, it says in Jeremiah 32 that the Most High will do good to us in the new covenant. He's not going to do bad. He's going to do good. I'm merely paraphrasing. According to all the iniquities of the fathers which departed from the land of our Lord God. Okay, so this is another comment. The scriptures say, debate your cause. We need a debate with the debate. The Most High said the debates. Paul said it in Romans 1 about debate. The word strife. He said debate. He said, which is not good. You're not supposed. We're not here to debate. We're here to teach. While you're debating somebody on a particular argument, there's people out there that needs to get this truth. While IUIC is marching 2,000, 3,000, that you can break that up into, if it's 2,000 men, that's 500 camps right there. A bigger impact than marching. Like I said, Negroes like pageantry. Debate with IUIC, the scripture says, and where's that going to go? I'm asking you, sir, ma'am, sir, Gary, where's that going to go? That's just entertainment. Debating, when you have these debates, it's for entertainment purposes only. Let me see, reasoning. We need to sit down and reason. Oh, why didn't Yahushua sit down? Let's just sit down with the wicked scribes and Pharisees. Debates don't change anything. The debate that went on between Hassad and Captain Desariac, did Captain Desariac say, you guys are right, you want to debate? Or did Hassad say that? No. They both left, and the people that were on the side of Captain Desariac stayed on the side of Captain. And then they kept putting in comments in, oh, you body bagged Hassad. You got people that don't, you got a lot of Israelites, the masses of Israelites that just don't know what's going on. They don't study. They don't teach. They don't come up on any. They're shiftless. And what they'll do is, whatever their leader says, they just go with it. They don't, hey, it's in the scriptures, the church of Berea. And you guys, Yahweh, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. Letting this guy teach all kind of madness. And you just go, you have no problem with it. You're spineless, man. You're spineless. Kanai, you argued you couldn't see the new moon thing. I think y'all were flying to Africa. Even Bishop Nate said that. He said Kanai couldn't see it. And then when we came back on the plane, he saw it. But I don't know what happened between them plane rides. So Kanai got a bit of a spine. He got a baby spine. He got baby nuts. But Yahweh Sab, you are spineless, man. You're a fucking what can I say? Something without a spine. You're spineless, man. You came in the same time as Nate came in, and then you made a statement. I'm glad that I came up under the teachings of Bishop Nathaniel. Man, you came in the same time when he came in, man. Yeah, you are completely spineless, man. You have no backbone. Spiritually spineless. Oh, beautiful. If we're under the new covenant, why do you still repent? If you're under the new covenant, why celebrate the Day of Atonement. You have no sin. Bro, if we under the new covenant, we're effed. Deacon, we should address the location of Judah one more time. Judah's where Judah's at until the Most High show us different. Because he's getting ready to have a debate with this, well, I'll call him a dude. The dude, Ron Dalton. Ron is totally off. He's completely off. He goes into a lot of archaeological this and he goes into a lot of good things, but he's totally off. He's completely off. He really doesn't know what's going on. I agree with a lot. You say it's, and he was a Pentecostal. I believe his father was a preacher. The location and inverted maps. See, this is an unlearned question. Okay. As Elder Yashawamba would say, instead of saying okay, he'll say K. He'll say K. Under the new covenant, but still on the bottom of society is crazy. Excellent point. Excellent point. Excellent point. Because logically it doesn't make sense. You got guys that pray and they'll ask, you don't need the Lord's Prayer anymore. Forgive us of our sins as we forgive those that sin against us. Which is your neighbor. Your neighbor, you're not going to sin and your neighbor's not going to sin. So are we going to say the Lord's Prayer in the kingdom? We won't have to. Hebrews 8:13. And that he saith a new covenant, he hath made the first old. Right, it's still here. When Hassan said we're under the new covenant, the old covenant, he's right. My thing is we're between old and new. So when I grew the beard, I grew the beard based upon the old covenant, not the new. Which the new covenant we're gonna still have beards. Now that which decayeth, old, is ready to vanish away. So it's still here. We can see the new covenant in the horizon. The change got to come. Bishop Nathaniel is saying that the new covenant is partially in effect. He didn't say that. Now, if we didn't catch that part, okay, we'll go back to it. I'll say, oh, okay, I didn't know he said it. He didn't say it. We listened to him. Myself, Apostle Gabar, and Bishop Sakaran. When you understand this, now that which decayeth and waxes old is ready to vanish away. It says ready to vanish away. Waxes, decayeth. Okay, I read this before. Oh, good one. Good one. Good comments. How is it that we're in the new covenant? Did they see Yahushua already? Yeah, maybe he came back and he's in the desert somewhere. He's in the secret chamber. The followers are keeping the new commandment. Last time I checked, everyone will see him, and then he will bring us back and set us straight with doctrine. Right, and that's in the wilderness. They're going to come under the covenant in the wilderness. Firstly, then give us our new covenant. Right, read Ezekiel 20. Read Ezekiel 20. Bruh, how can people possibly think this? Here come IUIC St. Lucia. Hebrew, you don't understand the scriptures. IUIC St. Lucia don't understand the scriptures. We are not under a new covenant yet. St. Lucia. The old covenant is blood sacrifice. The new covenant is the Messiah, is the ultimate sacrifice. Good, very good, very good point. Here goes Mr. IUIC St. Lucia. Understood. Shalom, family, 12 tribes. 12 tribes worldwide. 12 tribes worldwide. When the scriptures say you're to prophesy on the uttermost part of the earth, that's America. Not 12 tribes worldwide. 12 tribes worldwide. Now let me go to IUIC St. Lucia. Okay, the great and powerful IUIC St. Lucia. Wait a minute. The great and powerful IUIC St. Lucia, he put his page up back in 2010. That's how many years? That's 14 years. How many videos did this guy put up? One video. How to be, what the hell's going on? In my Shannon Sharp voice, when he yelled at Skip Bayless, what are you talking about? Anyway, IUIC St. Lucia, nothing. Let me do this. I call him Mr. Hebrews 8:13. IUIC St. Lucia. Let's see what comes up. Okay, here we go. Proving the people, St. Lucia, are the Israelites. Okay, let's see what's happening. Okay, this is actually IUIC events. Yeah, they're waxing worse and worse. I mean, but Jake likes all this. Oh, look at how professional and the intros and the what do you call it? Intros and the extros, whatever, however you call it. What's the Shalom in Romans chapter 3 when Paul speaks about aligning with regards to verse when read in context. Paul is not saying that he is a liar, but rather making a point in order to Paul is making a point, a lying, but rather a point, glory of the work of the Almighty. Yeah, no big deal. Like if I have to lie to you, give you a half truth to get you in the truth. It was not like Paul was blatantly lying to everybody, just telling lies all over the place. On another precept, Paul said, I got you by guile. Look up the word guile. But here's a guy trying to correct me. Let me see. Let me see if he's deep. Let me see how many. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. He just opened this thing up. So he just opened this up a couple of weeks. Yesterday, this guy opened up a page just to tell me, oh, that doesn't mean that. Oh, great master teacher. Anyway, with that, let me just see what's going on. Paul said through by my lie, through my lie, through my lie. Scriptures also said deceive and being deceived. I'm sorry. Scratch that. I was thinking of another. I was thinking like two scriptures at the same time. But he said through my lie. Just see what's happening. Let's see what's going on. I gotta watch this. Prove it. Prove it. Prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. Right. Satan is using the new covenant and various arguments to sow confusion. And that's a good thing. Actually, the Most High is. That's a good thing. Because that's a stumbling block. He wants, Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai wants people to be confused if you're not of the elect. So if you're teaching the new covenant, we're in the new covenant, you may not be one of the elect. There's a good. He puts up good videos. We know the brother. Ahran. They're two brothers. And by the way, I believe they're Nigerian or Ghanaian. Israelites were born and still are born in Africa, West Africa. In the war, in the end, it's going to be an all-out assault on Ukraine. They got Diddy, got him hemmed up. We are past debating. Message. Yeah, debates are a waste of time. I read that. Another video on it, on the subject, New Covenant. Gotta watch this. Watch this. P. Diddy arrested and charged. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. On to the next. Shalom.